Well, good morning, everyone. Well, it's nice to be back again this week. Now, last time I spoke to you, we spoke about Wes, my guide. Well, it's only right that I carry on and introduce you to the rest of my team. Okay? And that's no Button and Buster, by the way. Well, they are part of the team. They're very good as my two dogs, but we'll get you introduced to them as well. But, you know, as I said in my last video, the guides are really, really important, you know. And I'm very lucky and very fortunate to have 5. Okay, so you've met the boss, and that's Wes. You've met the boss. He's my main guide, and I class him as the boss. Now, the other guides are for different things that I do. And it's so interesting on what they do, and they come in with different things, and yeah, it is amazing. But I'll give you a quick rundown on them anyway. So, Wes is always on my left-hand side. So on my right-hand side is our Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam's African-American. He's got a very droll sense of humour. And yes, I may be a healer myself, but Wes used to moan so much about that I take too long in a reading when anything medical comes up. So in his point of view, it was easier to pull in, as I say, pull him in as part of the team. As I say, he's got a droll sense of humour, and it took me a while to realise it's just him. But anyway, as I say, his name tells you what he is. He's one medical side of things. He's a very good doctor. He fairly keeps me right on medical things. As long as he talks to me, doesn't give me all these long medical names and things like that. Would he all right? But he's very good at explaining things, which helps me a lot. Now, as I just said, I am a healer myself. I do spiritual healing, and I love helping people. I love helping them with pain or whatever it is that they're looking for, and just giving them a wee bit of relief. But the main thing I always say in this kind of work is the healing side. And I do healing every single day. If it's not in my diary to be working on healing, I do it every day with an angel called Margaret, as I like to call her, the pocket rocket, because I think she's quite tiny for an angel. But that's my point of view. But she is lovely. She does pack a punch. That's why I call her the pocket rocket. So every day of the year, I wasn't going to let me go off with this unless I'm ill myself, because then I didn't have the energy to really work with. So I do absent healing, as we call absent healing. So when Margaret appears, and it's always in my bedroom, it's always at the end of the night, because I always thank for my day, no matter what I do, where I am. If I've had one of the worst days going, I always thank the universe for my day, because no matter what, I'll have learned something out of this day. So if it's meeting people, no matter what it is, I thank my day, no matter how it's went. Anyway, after I've done that, she'll appear, and she'll just float down in front of me, and I usually see the wings first. I usually get indication of the wings first, and then she'll appear, and we put it to absent healing to everybody in this whole world who needs the love, the protection, the healing, and the caring. It kind of covers all bases. And not only to the people in the world, the animal kingdom, Mother Nature and Mother Earth. And also, I was moving things so I can, this little book. It's a bit tattered now. This book is my healing book, and I've got names in this book right back to 2005. And it's really important So my healing book gets done every day. It doesn't matter how many names is in it. And if it's animals, people it's past, people it's needing a wee bit of comfort or whatever, people can put names into this book. And also, after we've done all that, we sit for a few minutes and then we put out a special prayer. A very much a special prayer of love and healing for all those that have passed in the last 24 hours. Now that's important when I do it that way, because then I'm definitely covering all time zones. And it's really important, especially what's been going on lately. And I say, little helps. And you know something, I go to sleep after that, knowing that I've maybe done just a wee tiny little bit with Margaret, but it means a lot. So that happens every day, no matter where I am, it happens. So that's that. Now, everybody's born with a sixth sense, as you all know that. So everybody is entitled to do this type of work. Whatever work you want to do within the universe, you're entitled to do it. If it's doing the spirit side, if it's doing the alien side, if it's doing the whatever way you want to deal with this, you are entitled to. We're all born with a sixth sense. If you go back many years ago, we were all able to be telepathic. We're all able to do healing. We're all able to do it, you know. It's just the way we live now. We live, this world of ours is so fast going that nobody takes notice of what's coming to them. Nobody takes notice of their sixth sense. Nobody takes notice of their psychic side, the gut instinct and all that. You can't teach this to anybody, but you can develop it. And those that once develop, they know that there's maybe something quite different about them, or they're so interested, and they may be a clairsentient or something like that, and they just want to see where they can take it. Plus, you learn a lot about yourself when you go doing a spiritual development. So I do a bit of that. And that's where a saint called Saint Zenzibius, and I better get his name right because he's off a particular about his name. Saint Zenzibius, he's from Florence in Italy. Sorry about the pun, folks, but this is true. His voice is to die for. He has energy out of all my guides, and even Waz is the strongest. And when he stands behind me, my back is like it's on fire. He just has to touch me, just put a finger on me, and I literally start heating up. It's a great thing in the winter. I must have, if you're cold, he appears, it's great. But no, his energy is really, and it's awesome. And he also, he will come during another reading if there's something about a religion comes up and I'm not too sure about it. He's taught me so much, not just about the development side, but he's taught me so much over this years that I've worked with him about different parts of religion. Oh, and he gets my views as well. Oh, we'll have a good conversation, just me and Zenzibius. But it's awesome. It's awesome to watch somebody. And I just do a basic. I didn't do nothing far flung. For the simple reason is, you all need a base to start on. And I like introducing guides, so I get to introduce your guide as well at the same time. So, yeah, to know your guide and to know a bit about yourself and to know how you're doing things, that's all technically it is. But it lets you know about your psychic side and your mediumistic side. See which one's the strongest, because not everybody's strong on the both. So we do that. It's an amazing thing. And I love doing it. So, now it comes to my last guide. And this is who I like to call Poor Roger. And the reason why I call Poor Roger is because the poor fella is related to me. And he's over 200 years old. He's very much for past life regression. And Roger is very much doing my mum's side of the family. I was at a psychic fair many years ago, and I never get readings for myself. Some I didn't really do, but this day I had an urge, and I was with my best friend, and because she was surprised that I was going to do this. But anyway, I didn't know who I want, and then I went round this corner, and there was this great big sign: "I can draw your spirit guides and angels and things like that." And I thought, "Oh, I ken my four. Oh, this will be interesting." And I was so drawn to it. It was unbelievable. I knew when I turned this corner, if something got to be there, because I was being drawn to this corner, but couldn't see what it was. And I thought, no, I'm sitting doing it. Well, my pal went away laughing, and I left me to it. But my granny and my mum appeared. And I thought, what are they doing here? But of course, I had to say to them in my mind, didn't I tell her what I do? Please don't tell her what I do. Just leave it. Let's see which comes of our week, eh? And she kept drawing this face, and she drew my aura, and I thought, oh, my aura's looking good today. And because she says, oh, this is your aura, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Because I was feeling good that day, and it showed in my aura. Anyway, but she was drawing this picture, I'm thinking, I know that person, but that's not a guide. And she's laying off at my granny was saying, because my mum wasn't really saying nothing, but if I took more notice of my mum, I would have kind of something major going on. But I didn't. And because I was so engrossed in what this person was drawing, and it looked very much like my brother and my eldest son, because they do kind of resemble each other. So I thought, oh, this is doing mum's side of him, because they look like that part of him. I take my looks very much for the seller side, for my dad's side, but this pair very much doing my mum's side. And I'm thinking to myself, can it be? Then she announces this as a guide, and I had to bite my tongue. Then it must have been her guide, because I couldn't hear what her guide was saying to her. But her guide must have turned around and said what I did, because all of a sudden she says, this is another guide, and you're a psychic medium. And I goes, aye. So I couldn't blame my folks for telling her. I couldn't do that because they didn't do it. Anyway, it turns out his name's Roger. And I'm thinking, family? Doing that side of the family? That name doesn't sit right. Yes, there is R's in the family, but Roger, no. Anyway, I call him Roger. I think it's Robert, to tell you the truth. But he's been Roger, and he'll always be Roger in my heart. And he's for past life regression. A few days later, after the drawing, I hadn't met him yet, and I didn't even care he was for past life then, but the lassie had said to me he would let me know himself. I was working in my other room up the stairs, my original reading room, and he appeared. Because I did say, please don't sound like them, my brother or my son. Them might get on all right. I don't mind the looks, but sounding might be just a bit too much for me. But he doesn't. He really doesn't. And I know for a fact that he does cringe at some of the things I do. But I love it when he appears, because I know that we're going on a journey. On a journey. And I didn't have to leave him. No, that's even better. Yeah, I'm going back in time for a wee while. I wish I'd taken more notice of history when I did go to school. But I didn't. I wished I did. I might ken more about what's going on than what's been told. But it's so lovely. It's amazing what he does. And yeah, we've had some interesting travels. We'll put it that way. Interesting places been and different things. And it's lovely, believe it or not, to have a member of my family, even if it's really distant. Oh, hold on a minute. Buster's having a problem. Come on, you silly pup. There you go. He's trying to wrap himself up, you see, because it's a cold day here in Scotland. It's definitely autumn here today, I'll put it that way. Anyway, what's I saying? Yeah, so it's just interesting on what he can do. And to be a member of my family, even if it is he's well back, it's amazing. This is not the first time that I've met a member of my family that I've never met. I've met my great-grandma, Harper, And I asked her to come through because I knew I was getting a question asked too many times, and I thought, I'm sure she can answer me. So I asked her, and she did. I asked her if for my highest good, would she come through? It doesn't always work that, but I was meant to get the answer, and I got to meet her. And I always say that's where my gift comes from, because she was very, very strong. And I'm really tough to what I do. I am over the moon with my team. So that's my 5 guides. I love each of them very much, but the only thing is I didn't like it when they're all together. 2 at a time's fine. I can cope with 3 on a good day, but 2 at a time is just perfect for the simple. So that's why I was Wiz and one of the others, and that's how I work at it. Because when the 5 of them are together, the energy is just, oh my goodness, it's just, awesome. My dogs can't even handle the energy from the 5 of them together, and it affects them. They didn't come 5 together very often. It's usually when I'm working with maybe moving spirit or that kind of thing. When I need more support, I mean maybe a bit more protection round about me. If it's the case, I will feel the 5 of them, or I'll see the 5 of them. And that energy is something to believable. But 2 at a time's fine, as I keep saying to them. So yeah, we do that, and I am very, very honoured and appreciative of what I've got. I often say to folk, honest to God, I'm not greedy. I'm really not greedy. It's just the way this has worked out. But it's nice to be, I love Wiz, We've worked, all my days. But to have the other 4 coming in and doing our own little bits, it's amazing. It really is. So I am very fortunate. I am very lucky to have what I've got. And everybody's got a guide. Everybody's got that guardian angel, if you want to call them. To me, it's the same thing. Because they're there to look after you. They're there to keep an eye on you. And they're there to watch you make your mistakes. They're not there to do everything good for you or because they've had their lives, and they've got to stand back and let you make the mess. Let you make the choices that you have got to do. Because remember, you've got free choice. And I have often said to us, and the rest of them, hold on a minute, I'm not doing this because I've got free choice here, and I don't fancy going down that line. Now, I've done that many times. They usually get their own way come time, but there's got to be a good reason. But I'll change my mind on something, because I know I've got free choice. But they're very good at saying, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, or this would be good if we change this. For instance, I'll give you an instance. Back in 2019, we'll go back to 2019. All of a sudden, my guides kept telling me that, now they never usually tell me much about the following year until about the end of the year. But this was starting about the middle of 2019. They started giving me little snippets and saying things like, it's got to be a good year next year. You've got to be lots of things happening. It's going to be big changes. And of course, I'm such a blabbermouth at times. I started telling... Excuse me, I've got my coffee in my hand. That's better. They started telling me things like, big things are going to change, big things are going to happen. And they were, every time they said it, I kept getting more excited. And as I say, I'm a big blabbermouth at times. And at the Centre of Spiritual Light, the last Thursday in the month, I would announce all this, what I'm getting. And Abdi kept saying to me, folk were saying, but it will be an exciting year for you in 2020. It's your 60th kind of thing, Ken. Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with my birthday. It's got nothing to do with it. I know it's no. It's got nothing to do with that. There's something I want to happen. Anyway, what ever happened in 2020? When that happened, when we started here, if it was happening in China and all that, I'm going, nah, there's no way it's that. Can he be? But they wouldn't answer me. And I'm thinking, oh dear. If they didn't answer and I think I'm wrong, it usually means I'm right. Okay, that sounds a wee bit odd, but that's how it works, you can. They didn't always give me an answer, and I've kind of got to figure it out myself, and I'm thinking, oh. So when we got locked down, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I'm walking what happened the rest of that year. So it was the following August, Ken, it was the following year, 2021, before we got back this into the spiritual life. But I said to a few people, you know, I can't believe, Ken, I could understand, because while they were saying that, they started to change the way I was working. They started introducing me, like for instance with the development class. I used to do a big class at a time, and I loved it. I loved all the energy and everything. But they started to tell me, no, one-to-one. And I go, but Daddy, one-to-ones. Why do we do one-to-ones? We'll give it a go. And I found out this is more interesting, because you could take that one person doing a different line and different lines. And I thought, oh, this could be good fun. So I kind of changed things to one-to-ones on the second half of 2019. It was just little things like that, but I'm thinking, why? Why are they doing this? Then, when we got locked down, we were just a matter of weeks in the lockdown, when they decided to work on me to move into the summer house, to where I am now. And I thought, oh, well, okay, we'll give it a go. You know, so I got everything done, and I wrote the book, and they made me write a book, and, you know, they changed my life then. But coming back to what I was going to say, I says to a few of my friends, you can, I fair got this wrong, did I know? And as I said it, Wes says, no, you didn't. You did everything we told you today. Because they know, get me excited about something, and I'll just go, get this, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. So, because they knew which kind of line I was going to go doing. So they wanted the people that I was seeing on the last Thursday of the night, and anybody that knew, just a wee bit warning, big changes have come in, you know, kind of thing. Then I'd be kind of shocked, kind of thing. And one of my pals says to me, well, Gladys, if they'd come, if it wasn't them that said to you, and she was laughing, she says, think about it. If they said to you, oh, there's got to be a pandemic, you're going to get locked down, you're going to get this, that, and the next thing, and you started telling everybody, I says, crumbs, I says, I'd be locked a wabba now. And I'd be thinking, I've really lost the plot. But think it on the other hand, if you had, just think of the amount of queue of folk you would have coming to your door. This look shock on my face, my pal started laughing, and she goes, but it's true, Glad, you've got to think about it. She says, they maybe did the right thing for you to get away. And they did, you know. I wish they'd tell me a wee bit more, but would have I believed them? I'm going to be honest here, I don't know. Kenning what had happened and kenning how they worked me in 2019, I didn't ken. I really don't know. But you can ask, when they now say things to me, I'm no shocked now anymore, or I maybe say to, oh, I'm not too keen on this, but I'll think about it and I'll maybe go with it. They're there to guide me, and they're there more for my work than for my personal things, you know. So they were organising me so that I could work, because then we come to a time during the lockdown that we could get, if you can, you could work outside, you could meet people in your garden, double doors, open the doors, perfect. I was literally sitting in the garden. So I could work. So they were making sure that I still could keep the roof over my head and food on the table and the bills paid. They were truly looking after me. And yeah, I look back now and I kind of laugh about it, can. But at the time, and it all happened, I was very gobsmacked. So you see, get to know your guides. They probably didn't think daft things like mine's do anyway, and you didn't even care they're doing that. putting you in places and you think, why am I here? And something good happens, you think, was it a coincidence? Well, I don't believe in that. Do not believe in them. So anyway, I'm going to leave you thinking about your guide. You know, because it's such a big topic. And yeah, and they're amazing. So I'm going to say, and get yourself a coffee and start thinking about it. Put it out there. Find out who your guide is, if you didn't already can. Until the next time, I'm going to say bye-bye now. Look after yourselves, remember. Always look after you and your own. Because you can, as the best things you can do. And just keep up to your smile when you're out and about. Because we could be doing with. And until the next time. Cheerio, folks. Cheerio.